We're going to go back to the beginning. This section is about angles. What makes an angle? A lot of you, when you were drawing your transformations, would draw the dots that you see here off to the left. The dots do serve a purpose, especially the one there where letter B is. That's the vertex, and it joins two rays or two side lengths. But the dot itself is not important. The dot just is a point that represents where the line turns around or creates an angle. This angle here is a 60-degree angle. And it's made by the journey of the two rays coming off of vertex B. So the dots without the lines are nothing. You need the lines and you need the angle measurement. An angle is formed by two rays with a common endpoint. And that common endpoint is called the vertex. And the rays are called the sides. When you are naming an angle, you need a symbol for it. It looks a little like a greater than sign, but not exactly. There's subtle differences. Angles are typically named using 3 letters. And the middle letter must always represent the vertex. Here, this is angle ABC, and B represents the vertex. Angles can also be named just using the vertex if it's the only angle located at that vertex. When referring to the measure of an angle, use a lowercase m. For example, the measure of angle ABC is 60 degrees. There are 4 basic types of angles that you need to be aware of. The first one is acute. Acute is any angle that is less than 90 degrees. A right angle is equal to 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. And finally, a straight angle is equal to 180 degrees. Where have we seen 180 degrees recently? in transformations, and we said that if something was rotated 180 degrees, it ended up exactly on the opposite side of itself, right? And that's why. Take a look at the right angles. Remember when we said something was rotated 90 degrees in either direction? It kind of was rotated to an L shape. So here in example 1, let's name the vertex of the angle. If you said K, you're correct. Name the sides of the angle. This one might be a little trickier because we haven't really talked about how you would name the sides. But you put a little ray over the top and you say side KL or side KJ. Notice I used K first because it's the vertex. What are 3 different ways to name this angle? Well, we said if it's the vertex only has one angle coming off of it, you could just call it angle K. You could call it angle LKJ. You could call it angle JKL. What you cannot do is call it LJK or JLK. You must have the vertex letter be in the middle. How would you classify this angle? Is it acute, right, obtuse, or straight? It's obtuse. Name the vertex of the angle. Name the 3 sides of the angle. Name the sides. There's only 2 sides. RS and RQ. Actually, they said QR, so I guess it does have to stay in alphabetical order. That makes no sense to me because we always list things from the vertex, but we'll go with what the author of this says. Give 3 ways to name this angle. And this time, I know I'm right because you must have the vertex in the middle. How would you classify this angle? Sometimes there are missing pieces of the puzzle. You don't know the full measure of the angle. We know that angle A is 12x minus 5. And we also know that x is 9. So we can substitute 9 in to the expression and solve for angle A. Angle A is equal to 103. What type of angle is that? That is obtuse. Let's do another one. Angle R is 7x plus 19. And we know that x is 23. So we substitute in 23 in for x. 7 times 23 is 161 plus 19 is equal to 180. What kind of angle is that? You might think it's obtuse, but angle R is straight. Remember, 180 is a special number. All right, you have enough tools to be able to do your work today. If you need access to a calculator, you can type in www.desmos.com. And on the left-hand side, you don't don't click on the red start graphing because you're not going to be graphing. But on the left-hand side, there are you can access their calculators there. There's a 4-button type and a scientific, and either one will work. Okay, reach out if you have questions.